So now we move to division, which will be the last operating, the operation. That will be division, binary. Now, when we talk about division, that means we just want to divide, like we want to cut it into smaller places. And just like the way you share 6 sweets among two children, whereby you give them 3 sweets. So that's just what we want to do today. And let us check example, but this is in base 2. Don't forget. Let's take example 1, and let us have 1, 1, 0, 1 in base 2 divided by 1, 1. Well, I've had so many complaints and so many problems about division, so I need you to take very note of this. Be careful and listen to this very well. Now we have 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1 divided by 1, 1 base 2. So this is the division sign we are familiar with. So we have this, so you bring this to the outside. Now I want you to think of it like this. This 1, 1, as you see it, just think of it as 11 in your mind. Think of it as 11 in base 10. Just think of it. It is not real. Assume. We do assume in mathematics. Now assume it is 11. Now look at this now. This is the rule we'll be using here. Now you take this number we have out here to divide this one. That is, you take the numbers on one. You have this 1 divided by this symbol. This sign is what division sign. So we have 1 divided by what? This 11. Just have it in mind. It is not 11, it is 1, 1. So don't quote me. And that is 1 divided by 1, 1. Just look at it. 1 is dividing 1, 1. It is very impossible. So that is how we're having 0. Just like you coming to base 10 and you're telling me 1 divided by 11. It is 0 points. Then you have the decimal. But here we don't need the decimal. We need the whole numbers. So this 1 now divided by 1, 1 will give you 0. Just think of it. Think of this as 11. Think of this as a single one, then we make it easy. We want to simplify it for us. So now, immediately you write something up here. Immediately you have an answer up there. What you need to do immediately is what? You multiply. Please, you do what? Multiply. Anytime you write any single answer up here, you do what? You multiply with this. Now, multiplying this with this will give me 0. Anything times 0 is 0, so you write a 0 under the number you are dividing. Then you do what? Bring your subtraction sign. 1 minus 0 will give me 1. Then you drop just one number. Note, you drop one number at a time. Drop one number at a time. Now, dropping just one will give you 1, 1. And mind you, we are dealing with base 2. So we are having 1, 1 in base 2. Now look at this. We have 1, 1 divided by 1, 1. Just like 11 divided by 11 will give us what? 1. So you write the 1 on this number we are using now. Then immediately I said you do what? You multiply. Now multiplying this 1, this single one, the first answer, your answer you are writing, you multiply it with this, will give you what? 1, 1. So you have it in base 2 also. Then when you subtract, don't forget our subtraction and division are also brothers. Just the way multiplication and addition are brothers. They are interwoven. Now 1 minus 1 will give us what? 0. 1, take away 1 will also give us what? 0. You drop one number at a time. Don't forget that. So you just drop one. And the number we have here is now what? 0. Now this is 0. Now 0 divided by 1, 1, which is 11, assuming. And that will give us what? 0. So you write a 0 here and then you multiply. 11, 1, 1 divided by what? Multiplied by 0. That will give us what? 0. Then when you take away, you have 0 here, you have 0 here, you have 0 here. Then you drop the last number, which is what? 1. Now looking at this one in base 2. 1 divided by 11, divided by 1, 1. We are assuming it's 11. So now 1 divided by 1, 1, it is like smaller than 1, 1. So that will give us the idea of 0. Mind you, this is binary. We always have 0 and 1. So anytime the division is not possible, you write 0. Anytime the division is possible, you write what? 1. So this one, the division is not possible, you write 0. Now multiplying it immediately, don't forget, anytime you write number up here, what you multiply. Now multiplying this immediately, you have 0 times this to give us what? 0. Then your subtraction will come in and then you have the 1 is 2. Now I don't have any other number to drop here. I'm through with the numbers. So that means this will be my what? My remainder. This will be my remainder. Now my final answer here will be what? 0, 1, 0, 0 base 2, remainder what? Remainder 1. So the 0 here behind it is not really significant, so that means anytime we divide 1, 1, 0, 1 in base 2 by 1, 1, it will give us what? 1, 0, 0, remainder 1. I hope that's simple and short. So let us quickly take example 2. And that should be a little bit complex, but we'll make it easier for us. 1, 1, 0, 1, 1 is 2. We want to divide it by 1, 0, 0 is 2. Now look at this. The numbers are getting bigger, but the same technique towards it. Now you bring your division sign, and then bring this one inside. 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1 is 2. And then bring your dividend outside, and that is 2. Now I told you, you assume within your mind that, oh, this is what? 100. Do not just, we know it is 1, 0, 0 because binary we have 1 and 0. So let's say this is what? 100. Now this is 1, 0, 0, and we take the numbers one after the other. Now we are taking this number first. Now 1 divided by 100, having it in mind as assumption. So a 1 divided by 1, 0, 0, it is not possible because we are having a decimal, and we are not after the decimal, we are after the whole numbers here. So this is not really possible for us now. So we need to what? Write 0. Don't forget, our answers in binaries are always in 0 and 1. So if your answer is possible, if the division is possible, then you write 1. If it is not really possible, you write what? 0. Now this is 0 because this is not possible. I cannot divide, I cannot have this. It is not really possible. It will give me 0 points. So this is what I need. That's why I'm having 0 here. Then you multiply. Multiplying this by this will give me what? 0. Mind you, I'm using just this number. So 1 take away 0 will give me what? 1. Then drop one number at a time. Just one number at a time. I think that should be a palliative for the division. Now, if you have this now, we have 1, 1 in base 2. Now 1, 1, assume it is 11. And then you want to divide 11 by 100. Just assume. Assumption helps a lot in mathematics. So now we want to divide this 1, 1 by 100. We can see it is not really possible. We'll be having something like a 0 point. So the whole number is what we need again. We put our 0. Then immediately write something up here. What did I tell you? I said you will what? Multiply. Immediately. So you multiply just this single number. You know we have used this. This one has gone already, so we are using this now. So immediately write this up here. You multiply it with this dividend. Now 0 times this will give me what? 0. Then you subtract again, and then you have the 1. This one will give me 1. And then what did I say you do after your subtraction? You drop just one number, and then that is 1. So we have what? 1, 1, 1 base 2. Now this is 1, 1, 1 divided by 100. Now you just look at it. This is 1, 1, 1 now divided by 100. You can see this division is possible. I can get a 100 from a 111. This division here is possible. So since it is possible and we are dealing with binary, we put our 1. So now immediately you do what? You multiply. 1 times this will give you what? 1, 0, 0. Then you subtract. And while subtracting, 1 take away 0 will give me 1. This will give me 1, and this will give me 0. After your subtraction, drop just one number. Now dropping one number, you drop out 0. Now I'm having 1, 1, 0. Assume this is 110. You want to divide it by 100. Now dividing this by 100, that means it is feasible we can get 100 from 110. So that means we'll have another 1 as our answer here. Now immediately write something up here, you multiply again. Now 1 times this will give me 1, 0, 0. And we are dealing with base 2. Then immediately do what? 0. This will give me 1. And then this will give me 0. So then, after your subtraction, drop one number again. It is just the rule. After subtraction, drop one number. Then after writing something up here, you multiply immediately. Then you subtract. After subtraction, drop next number. That's how it moves till you get it. Now, after dropping the next number, we have 101 in base 2. And then we want to divide it by 100. So you just look at it, 101 in base 2 divided by 100. Now assume this is 101 dividing divided by 100. You can see it is also visible. It is possible. You can get 100 from 101. So that means since this is possible, you have a 1. Now, you don't need to stress yourself. Our answers are always 0 and 1 in binary. So then immediately I put my answer up here, you do what? You multiply. Now multiplying this with this will give me 100. 100 in base 2. But 100 in our assumption. So we are dealing with two things here. Now, put your subtraction sign. Then 1 take away 0 will give me 1. This will give me 0. And then this will give me 0. So after subtraction like that, drop the next number. And that is what? 1. Now I'm having 1, 1. I want to divide this 1, 1 by 100. So look at it. You are going to divide this by 100. You just look at it. Is it really possible? I know your mind is telling you no. Because this is way smaller than this. We'll be having 0 points. So this is the 0 I need. So you bring it here. Then immediately write something up here. You multiply. Multiply by this. So this times this will give me 0. Because anything multiplied by 0 is 0. Then you subtract immediately, and then you do what? You get your answer. So 1 take away 0 will give me what? 1. 1 take away 0 will give me 1, and this one is 0, 0. Now I should, oh my, we don't have any other number to drop here. That means we are through with the division, since we take it step by step. Now since there is no other number to drop here, this will be my what? My remainder. So finally, we have our answer to be equal to 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0 base 2, remainder what? 11. So that's my answer. Now, I know you might have been thinking that is it all division that is having remainder? No, not all division. We have some that are always what? Perfect. So, but this is the one that's always giving problem, and we are yet to what? To make our mathematics to be so easy. So anytime you follow this law, take note of the palliative given. Whenever you write anything up here, you multiply immediately, write it under what you divided, take away. After taking away like that, drop just one number at a time. When you drop one number, whatever you have there, divide it again. Write your answer up, and after writing answer up, immediately you do what? You multiply. After multiplying, subtract. You subtract again, drop just one number. You're dropping it like that till you get it done. So that is just all about the 4 operations of binary. And next class, the next lesson we'll be treating some other parts of binary, and believe me, to be very easy for us. So thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thank you.